So what does she do to shift her reality to the direction that, from your perspective, she needs to be moving towards?
Identifying why she feels that there is a need to find something unpleasant, to walk away from it. So she kept having that vibration active. We can take you back to every relationship that she had because we were there with her.
Mm-hmm.
We know what happened. She identified something in every person and she walked away. Now, in her car, there is nobody. So what is she trying to identify to get rid of? The car?
Oh, she did say she's not happy with the car?
So that's the happiness is not about the car. The happiness is the pattern of wanting to find something that she doesn't like. It's unpleasant to her to get rid of, to replace, to walk away from. That's in her finances. It's the car itself. She's learned enough, obviously, not to repeat it in a relationship, but she hasn't learned it enough not to repeat it while she's by herself.
So while she's by herself, so you're saying the pattern is she's stuck at trying to find things that she doesn't like and sticking with them rather than walking away and looking for things that she does like?
Let's say it this way. Even with you, she was practicing this pattern. It's just become quite, how do we say this? It's just doesn't happen as much as it was happening in the beginning. Wondering what was going on with you, what was on your phone, who was the person, what was happening. She was trying to identify something to walk away. That's her practice pattern. Then we had to have a couple of conversations, just teaching her, this is not the situation, don't do this to yourself, don't shoot yourself in your foot. This is a very different reality. We're not doing that right now. But she's still having that active in her car, in her finances, wondering what is wrong, which is again a reflection of where she is. And then she wants to walk away from it. And as long as that's active in her vibration, she can walk away from anything. She's just going to go and repeat it again.
Yeah.
And that's what we want her to realize, that look, even the car itself is the manifestation of that aspect that you think it's stinky and you don't like it. But that's what she's learned. That's what she was told by her mother. The part of her was really wrong and ugly and unappreciated and didn't have to exist. And it was bothersome.
Yes.
So she's trying to get rid of that aspect of her. She projects it onto, we don't say you because we've seen it doing the work, but in the beginning she was doing it. Now she's doing it to the car. We can see what she's doing. We just don't know why she's so obsessed with it. Why she has to identify and walk away. Walking away from what she was told by her mother that wasn't right in her.
Yes.
So she's creating all these different realities because of the way you've been communicating with her. She can't do it with you, but she's doing it to herself.
Yeah, she was telling me about her time with me was quite different to the time when she's by herself, as you just mentioned.
Because when she's by herself, she goes back to that conditioning that surely there is something wrong with me. And I must find it. And because she doesn't know what it is, she looks for it outside of herself, the way that mother did, looking for what was wrong within herself through Maryam. Now Maryam is repeating it by looking at it through her car, wanting to get rid of it. Looking at her bank account, wanting to get rid of what she doesn't want there. So she's in the process of getting rid of something that is truly getting rid of those aspects of herself that were unwanted by her mother.
Yes.
So that's her conditioning. So why does she think that she needs to do that to herself?
So perhaps by now bringing greater awareness to that very point, that will help her shift perspective. Is that right?
We can only hope what we don't know.
Yes.
That's something that we, as we have been saying, we don't want to change. We think where you are is perfect. You just want to repeat yourself every day, and we don't know why.
Okay.
You guys think that reality must be the manifestation of your conditioning. That's the core belief that you have. My reality must be the manifestation of my conditioning. Because you're so convinced that your conditioning is your truth. And everybody would agree with it. We think that your reality must not be the manifestation of your conditioning. It must be the manifestation of who you are right now, your frequency right now. But you ignore your frequency, you go back to your conditioning, and through your conditioning, you create your frequency.
Yeah.
It's just fun watching you, what you're doing as you wake up.
Yeah, well, every moment is a choice on how we choose to behave, to act, to respond, correct? In a sense, choosing our vibration in every moment.
Yes, but from the moment that you guys wake up, you go back to your conditioning and start creating your day through your conditioning. Most of you. Most of the time.
As opposed to?
As opposed to allowing your present frequency to unfold your reality. So you have this tendency that I must go back to my conditioning because that means I can make it, I can just navigate through the day by trusting my conditioning more than the frequency of here and now and who I am. So because of those meanings, trust, feeling safe, thinking that you must survive, and that's enough, that's where you set the bar, then you keep going through the day, not realizing the unfolding of your reality, but seeing it through the lens of your conditioning. And we keep reminding you that's not what you want, but you don't even hear our frequency.